بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to episode 57 of the series, The Authentic Statements of the Companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In this episode, we'll take the statement of Zainab bin Jahsh radiallahu anha, one of the wives of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Anas radiallahu anhu says that Zainab radiallahu anha would be proud in saying to the rest of the wives of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, she would find pride in telling the other wives of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She would say, "Your families married you off," meaning to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala married me off from above 7 heavens. Again, she'd say, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala married me off, meaning to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from above 7 heavens. From above 7 heavens. Now, there's a lot of lessons and points of benefit that we can learn from this statement, but I'm just going to take one point of benefit from this authentic statement of Zainab bin Jahsh anha, that Anas anha is narrating. This now, of course, this is in reference to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sending revelation in the Quran about her marriage to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's what she means by Allah married her off to the Prophet ﷺ. But the point that I want to emphasize here is her statement that Allah married her off to the Prophet ﷺ from above 7 heavens. Allah married her off from above 7 heavens. This statement alone from Zainab anha, which is again reported by another companion of the Prophet ﷺ, Anas anha, this statement alone refutes all the deviations and innovations and misinterpretations that some deviant sects have come up with, denying the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of rising above his throne, above the 7 heavens. This is a clearly established attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he is above his throne, above the 7 heavens. And it's established in the Quran, it's established in the authentic Sunnah, and here we see also it's authentically established from the companions anhum and the wives of the Prophet ﷺ. And it's also something that the scholars of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah affirmed afterwards as well, up until today, throughout history. But the point, again, that this statement alone, because those deviant sects, what do they say? They say, well, Allah says that he rose over his throne in the Quran, but they misinterpret it. They say that's not the actual meaning of it. They misinterpret it with different interpretations, saying no, it means this or it means that, changing the actual meaning of it. The meaning of it is known in the Arabic language, but they misinterpret it. They claim that it has a different meaning, that Allah didn't actually rise over his throne, that Allah is not over the 7 heavens. They try to deny that clearly established attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala among other attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This shows, this authentic statement from Zainab radiallahu anha shows that her belief and the companions during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, their belief was that Allah is above the 7 heavens. This was how they understood this attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how they understood in the Quran when Allah said that about himself, that he rose above his throne. When the Prophet ﷺ told us about this attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of being above the 7 heavens, above his throne, this is how they understood it, that he subhanahu wa ta'ala was above his throne, above the 7 heavens. They didn't misinterpret it, they didn't deny it. So you can clearly see that these deviant sects that have come about denying Allah's attribute of being above the 7 heavens, and they use all kinds of philosophy and they take you on a long, a lot of wordy arguments that they bring up. They delve into a lot of philosophy and terms that they're used that have no basis in the Quran and Sunnah altogether, only to misinterpret and deny this authentically established attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We say about Allah what Allah has said about himself. We say about Allah what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has authentically said about Allah. And so there's no need to deny this. But the problem is, these deviant sects they tried to encompass Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with their own limited minds and understandings and perception, and that's why that led them to rejecting the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that are clearly established in the Quran, that have clear meanings in the Arabic language in which the Quran was revealed, in which the Quran was sent down. So again, this statement of Zainab on its own is enough to refute all the falsehood and deviation that some of these deviant sects have come up with to misinterpret the attribute of Allah and deny that He's above the seven heavens. She's clearly saying Allah married her off from above the seven heavens. If that's not what was meant, then she wouldn't have said that. It's clear. It's evident. And this also shows, Anas reporting that, shows that this is what he believed as well. And this is what was common. This belief is what the companions and the wives of the Prophet ﷺ and the Prophet ﷺ himself, what they believed during that time. So anyone who came after them who denies that attribute or any of the other attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or misinterprets them, or twists their meanings, then they have deviated from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have deviated from the truth. And there's many evidences, but this one small statement, one very concise short statement from Zainab radiallahu anha, refutes all these deviations. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullah khaira, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.